Welcome to TamerBowling Video Ball Reviews. Thanks to Greg Bickta and the Perfect Aim Pro Shop for drilling our test equipment. Today we are testing new Motiv Octane Carbon. Tester 1 is yours truly, a Lefty tweener. Tester 2 is a Righty higher speed cranker. And we are testing on a 40-foot medium light typical house shot. First impressions of the Motiv Octane Carbon. Even though we tried to slow this one down with layout, the Octane Carbon flips. At least for me, it has the sharpest flip I've experienced with any Motiv I've tested to date. For value, we gave the Octane Carbon a 9 out of 10. It's a mid-price bowling ball, and I believe this ball will be immensely usable for many bowlers on your typical house conditions, and therefore warrants a fairly high value score. For an overall score, we also gave it a 9 out of 10. As we've done with other Motiv pieces, we took a look at where they place it in their ball guide. You'll notice they bumped the Venom Cobra over and placed the Octane Carbon as their most angular ball in the light medium oil category. No doubt they got that right. While part of me was hoping again for a tame reaction from anything that comes on the market, frankly, this ball really reacts the way Motiv predicted. It has a nice clean look, and when it sees friction, it really makes a strong turn. Like I mentioned in my first impressions, this ball definitely makes a harder turn than any other Motiv ball I've personally tested. Not saying it's the strongest ball, just a really snappy reaction off the drive. If I didn't know any better, I might have thought I was throwing a storm ball the way it comes off the end of the pattern. I quickly realized I'm not going to be able to play in the Lefty track. Expecting the Carbon to be very punchy, we put a layout to make it a bit smoother, with a shorter pin to pap distance and very big angles. Nevertheless, the ball was just sick off the dry, so bump in and there it is. The ball simply makes that turn and goes through the pins very nicely. Motiv created a synergy with the core cover combo. Once I moved right enough, I found a sweet spot going about 18-7. When comparing it to the Venom Cobra, they covered about the same boards, but the Cobra is a bit smoother with a more rounded back end shape. Compared to the United Revolt, the United is clearly earlier and more rolly, even though it's still punchy down lane. In this slow-mo layover, you can clearly see how they separate in the mid lane. Greg Bickta is our second tester, and obviously he's a higher speed, higher rev bowler. He drilled his Octane Carbon 80 by 5 by 70 to really slow it down. And this seemed to work quite well, as he had a much more rounded shape than I did, especially down lane. The ball still had a nice move, but decidedly smoother than my ball. Greg also found about 18-7 to be the ideal line. He felt comfortable he can get on it without it jumping through the face. He had easy length, which is unquestionable, as you'll see throughout the video. Even in the shots that didn't make the cut, there wasn't one that nosed up. Overall, Motiv has added a ball that, for me, firmly fits into the angular motion category. I like what Motiv is trying to do with their motion categorization. It makes it easy for a bowler to decide based on the shape they want to see. Up until now, I can say they've been fairly accurate representations, but I never felt like Motiv had quite put out anything super reactive off the end of the pattern like you see with much of the lightning rod brand. With this ball, they definitely did that. I actually didn't mind at all that Motiv's calling card was a smoother reaction off the dry, but surely those who have been looking for some aggressive movement down lane will be thrilled with the new Octane Carbon. It looks great to boot. On to the shots that didn't make the cut. You can see various reactions with either different things that we're trying to do or misses. Starting with myself, you'll see that the ball had forgiveness both in and out. Both can lead to corner pins, but kept me safe with big misses. On the other hand, due to the aggressive reaction off the dry, if I hit dry boards too early, the thing just exploded and no way would stay in the pocket. I occasionally have a pitch out, and I really couldn't do that with the Octane Carbon, as it always came back. For Greg, with the length he was getting and his miss tendency being to get fast, the ball could blow through the break point. If he had a stronger layout, my guess is he would have much more forgiveness with outside misses. By the same token, he had a smoother overall motion, which gave him miss room in the other direction.
Thank you for watching TamerBowling Video Ball Reviews.